If you've watched previous episodes of I Can Teach You How to Make That, you'll remember me holding your hand in your local grocery stores guiding you to the exact shelves. We're going to try something different these next few episodes. We're going to order groceries from spud.ca. SPUD stands for Sustainable Produce Urban Delivery. They're an online organic grocery store with locations in Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, and Victoria. Let's start with the star of this movie, our chicken. Click on the Maple Hills Organic Chicken Breast and put it in your cart. I'm going to circle back and talk a little bit more about Maple Hills Farm and their Unreal Poultry program. Next, head over to the organic vegetables and click on the organic Brussels sprouts. They were on special this week for only $2.99, so I couldn't afford not to buy them. While we're in the organic vegetable section, grab yellow onion and 1 red pepper. Click the search bar and type prosciutto. You'll probably spell it wrong the first couple tries, but you'll get there. Grab 1 package, throw it in your cart. Walk your way over to the organic fruit section and grab some golden delicious apples. Now that you're handy with the search bar, type in the words chicken stock. Let's go for a look. Let's grab 1 container, fire it in our cart, and we're just about done in here. All we need now is some Dijon mustard, salt, and black peppercorns. If you already have those 3 items in your pantry, you're good to go. And here's an exact list of your measured ingredients. You're going to need 2 8-ounce organic chicken breasts, 1 dozen Brussels sprouts, 1/2 sliced yellow onion, 1 Gold Delicious apple, 4 slices prosciutto, 3/4 a cup of chicken stock, 3 tablespoons cold butter, 1/2 red pepper, 2 teaspoons Dijon mustard, and salt and cracked black peppercorns. We're going to get this healthy food party started by peeling and slicing 1/2 yellow onion. Once you've gone ahead and peeled away the outside dead layer of skin, also take a paring knife to remove the core or the root of the onion. No one likes biting into it, and it's awfully bitter. You're going to slice your onion to about 1/8 of an inch thick. Don't sweat it if they're not perfect, they're going to melt down anyway. Hey, just a heads up, be sure to focus and take your time. Use proper knife technique with your hand shaped like a claw and your fingers pulled back. Get good first and then fast later, not the other way around. Next, we're going to prepare our Brussels sprouts by removing the outside dead leaves and cutting off the root. Once the root is removed, split the baby cabbage in half. Take that half and make an incision halfway up the sprout. This allows the vegetable to cook evenly as well as become more tender. Let's prepare our golden delicious apple by removing its core and splitting it into 4 even pieces. Don't worry about your apple going brown, we're going to use it right away. Peel off about 4 slices of the prosciutto and break it down further by slicing it 6 or 7 more times. Don't cut it too small or it will lose its desired texture when cooking. Prosciutto is an Italian-style cured ham, and I like adding it to this dish as the salt blends beautifully with the apple. We're just about getting to that time where we get to start cooking. Let's go ahead and preheat our oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit on bake. Not favorites, not broil, bake. We only have 1 task left before we begin to cook. Before we season our gorgeous chicken breast, be sure to pat dry it with some paper towel. We don't need any excess liquid coming into contact with the hot oil. This creates a heck of a mess and a chance for our pan to catch on fire. When you hear the phrase, oil and water don't mix, this is precisely what they're speaking of. Season your dry organic chicken breast with cracked black peppercorns and a sprinkle of sea salt. For the next 20 or so minutes, we need to focus all of our attention on our stove. Before we even think about setting our burner to high, be sure all of our items are prepared, measured, and sliced. Cooking is all about time management. If you reach for an ingredient that isn't there or ready to go into the pan, your final dish will suffer. Hey, just a heads up, we're going to be working with very high heat here, so we need to be very mindful of the way that we incorporate our ingredients into our pan. Let's pay special attention to this next part, as it'll probably save you from burning your fingers. When adding your dry chicken breast to your hot oil, be sure to give the pan a slight tilt as to not create a splash if you let go of the bird too quick. We're going to leave our chicken in the pan untouched for a couple minutes before we even think about turning it over. We want a nice brown caramelized crust to form. That's where a lot of the flavor lives. After carefully flipping our chicken breast, let's put it in our 375 degree oven and set our timer for 7 minutes. After that 7 minutes is complete, we're going to carefully turn over our chicken in the pan and return it back into the oven for another 7 minutes. Now that our cooking time is complete, let's remove the chicken from the oven as well as the pan, place it off to the side. We're going to need it again shortly. While your pan is still blazing hot, add your Brussels sprouts, onion, and prosciutto. Give it a minute or 2 on the stove. We're looking for some melting of the onions and prosciutto, as well as some browning on our sprouts. Once this browning begins to take place, add your chicken stock, Dijon mustard, apple, and optional red pepper as well. Let's give it a good stir to make sure all the ingredients are incorporated. You don't want to be popping a Brussels sprout into your mouth later with a big chunk of Dijon mustard on it. Let's return our cooked chicken back into our hot pan and cover it with the mixture of sprouts, apples, and ham. We're now going to return the pan back into our 375-degree oven for 5 minutes to finish the cooking of the vegetables, as well as to let flavor transfer work its magic. After the time has passed, let's remove our pan from the oven and finish it off with a few pats of cold grass-fed butter. So there you have it, pan-roasted Maple Hills Farm chicken with Brussels sprouts, apple, and prosciutto. The beauty of this dish, like all the dishes we're going to cook on the new segment of Kale-free healthy meals, is it has no sugar and no grains. The natural sweetness of the golden delicious apple balances the saltiness of the cured Italian ham, making this a flavor-filled, guilt-free dinner that will keep your healthy life in check. If you have any questions or concerns, be sure to ask me in the comment section and I'll do my best to reply to you there. If you found this video helpful, give yourself some social media karma and give us a big blue thumb, a share, or a favorable review. I'm David Husero, and I can teach you how to make that. Bye for now.